Hello guys, today I want to cover Node Package Manager, the package manager of the incredible Node.js project. Randall created Node.js as a server-side JavaScript. Actually, he has written a IO for the V8 JavaScript engine which comes from Google. Okay, so first, how to install Node.js and how to get the Node Package Manager. The front-end developers actually started to use Node to write scripts to make their lives easier. So the JavaScript projects became so many, um, I would call them toys, because we have so many toys to play right now that the guy sometimes somebody can get overwhelmed, including me, of course. So let's take a look Node Package Manager and how can we benefit from it. Actually, it's clear how can we benefit. We can download different npm packages and use it on different ways. Okay, so I'm on Windows machine right now. The same is gonna be almost the same is gonna be on Linux or Mac OS. So start my command prompt and just type node --help just to see that Node is running on my machine. How did I get Node here? You go to Node.js, and after that you download the Node. Together with the installation of Node.js comes the Node Package Manager. It wasn't like that in the beginning, but right now it is like that. Node Package Manager comes with Node.js. Also, there is another exciting project which is called io.js. This project actually is a clone of Node.js, but it's created because it's using the last ECMA standard 6. It's using the last ECMA script 6 standards. So Node comes with IO as well. Node.js or IO.js. If you download one of those projects, you'll get Node Package Manager, which actually it's wonderful. So you just click install and the installer will be downloaded to your computer, either it's on Linux or on Mac OS or Windows. I have done it already, and after that it's a MSI installer, as you can see here. And after that you run this MSI installer, you get Node Package Manager. Mine is installed in program files, Node.js, voila. Okay, so this is what I have right now. My folder is polluted right now with other things which I have installed, but we'll see. Maybe I will remove some of them just to show how to work with Node. So this is how you get Node Package Manager, npm, and Node together with it. Okay. The next thing which I have to cover is the fact that installing packages can be done on two different ways. Let me run np Node Package Manager -v to see the version of Node Package Manager. I have here different steps, so I want to cover them. You can find, of course, the mind map under the video, so you will get all these links, all these nice links. So this is how I organize the things: io.js, Node Package Manager, Bower. I want to cover all of these toys. Toys, of course, is I'm not saying toys on the bad way. I just enjoy them very much, so that's why. More is less, actually, what the people say. So we have so many JavaScript projects that I would say that yeah, it's really sometimes overwhelming and difficult to figure out and find which packages to use to create your front-end application, your server-side application, or your mobile application. But in any case, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML5 are the key probably for the future, because even on the mobile world we can create hybrid applications with these three technologies. We can create, of course, with these three technologies, applications which run on the mobile devices. So that's why I'm covering right now Node.js. If nobody wants to watch this tutorial, it's gonna be for me. I find that it's very easy for me to watch the tutorials and help me to recap the information about the technology. Console log, yeah. Okay, so other way to use Node minus help. Okay, if I just type Node, I'll get into a interpreter, command line interpreter of Node, so I can do things like console log. Exactly, I would do it in the browser, and I'll say hello world, for example, just for fun. Hello world dot help is gonna give me a help. So this is what we have here. Break, sometimes you get stuck, this gets you out. Alias, break, exit the REPL, help, whatever that means. Load JavaScript from the file system. So you can use Node this way, but I rarely use it this way, just for fun, nothing else. I don't do real job here. Exit Node, oops, dot exit, voila, exit. Now let's go back to Node Package Manager minus help. So this is the first command. This is probably the most useful command because you get minus help, because you get all the commands and everything from Node Package Manager. I even copy and pasted this for Bower and for Node. So this is Bower, this is the output from npm help. Okay, so now yeah, I just wanted to cover something else. On the Fedora and Red Hat based distributions, you can use their installer, which is a yellow doc update manager, install Node.js. On the Ubuntu or Debian distributions, you have to use apt-get install Node.js or something else, whatever. I guess it's Node.js. If it's not Node.js, probably it's just Node. So this is what I wanted to cover. Node package modules. So the packages in Node. The packages can be installed two different ways, locally and globally. What means locally? I like this kind of installation. So you install a Node package manager, not Node package manager, but you can install a package in a local directory, and you get the module only for this project. So you can have as many folders as you want with the different projects, and you download different packages using npm. Global installation means that once you install it, it's available everywhere on your machine. So probably I should install something globally, and after that remove it and do updates. Okay, let me see what do I have installed globally on my machine. To see that, you can say npm list -g. So now show me everything what you have as a global packages. Show me the list of global packages. It's thinking. It is thinking. Yeah, it's difficult actually to read all this. So there is another command. Depth, I would say, exactly like in Windows sometimes. In df, a command depth 1. I want only one level. Let's see how that is gonna change the results. Maybe depth 0 is gonna do the job. Okay. Yeah. So I have Bower, I have Grunt, I have less, I have Node Package Manager. So let's remove Bower and after that install it globally again. And now we are talking about the global installations. With this key -G, or if you use for example --, global, you achieve the same result. Okay, let me remove it. I will say Node Package Manager uninstall Bower -G. Remove Bower now. Before I do this, probably I should show you where the global packages gets installed. In the Windows machines, they get installed in the folder Node Modules, which is sibling to Node.exe. Node Modules, Bower, Grunt, less, Node Package Manager. Okay, so let's run this and check if Bower has been removed globally from the folder which is globally available. Uninstall Bower -G. Let's look at the folder. Let's look at here to see what's happening. Inbuilt power blah blah Windows NT error argument V files Node.js exe blah 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 error. Let me try to run this as administrator. Let me run the console as administrator. Run as administrator. I don't know how that's gonna change the things, but we'll see now. Okay, so I'm gonna say no package manager uninstall Bower -G, and let's see what happens now. Okay, unbuilt Bower. We saw that Bower has been removed here from the folder, from the Node.js folder. Now we'll check in the Node modules to see if this has been removed, if the folder Bower has been removed. Let me take a look. Yep, there is no Bower anymore. Let's bring it back, and let's bring it back globally. If we go to the project Bower, which is again a packet manager, but this time for the front-end engineers, if we go a little bit down, scroll down, we'll see how to install it globally. As I said, after that I will show you how to install it locally. Okay, so say Node Package Manager install -G. Actually, it doesn't matter where we put this G. Bower. Npm install G Bower, and let's look at again the folder. Now the Bower will show up here, and in the Node modules we will find the same folder Bower. Yeah, it happens right now. It works. Okay, so Bower has been installed, and all these dependencies probably have been installed as well. Bower. Okay, let's look at in the folder to see if Bower is there. Yes, Bower is there. And now we can say, for example, Bower --help. So we have to run the console as administrators. If we are on Ubuntu or Fedora, for example, we have to type su -on Fedora, and on Ubuntu sudo su, and after that enter the password if we want to be permanently administrators, because sometimes I get tired just by typing sudo and after that the command. Okay, so Bower has been installed. So far we learned how to list all the globally installed packages, how to uninstall a globally installed package, how to install a globally installed package. I do it in reverse order because I already have these packages installed in my computer, And we also learned that there are two different modes in which you can install packages, in a local and global mode. Okay, so now where actually is the folder for the globally installed modules? We can do this. We can say Npm Config List to see the configurations of our Npm Node Package Manager. Config List. Node being location. It shows us where node is located. Node exe. Home user stoyan config ls -l to show all defaults. Okay, let's do that. Npm config -l ls config ls -l to show all the details. Wow, look at that, how many details. Default value, success, no, blah 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 blah. Cache, where the cache is. So when Node Package Manager installs a package, it puts it in the cache. So the next time if you require the same package, Node is not gonna download it from the internet, but is gonna take it from the cache. Cache lock, blah blah, all this kind of stuff. Global config, files, Node.js, etc. Npm rc, C programs, Node.js, etc. Let's take a look here and let's see if we have such folder. Yes, we do have npm rc. On the Unix machines, on the Linux machines, usually it's .npm rc. No, I don't want to speculate with that. In any case, global ignore file. I don't remember how it was it on the Linux machines, but you got the idea. With these commands, actually, say user stoyan npm init javascript init module. With this command, which I just typed, you easily can get all this global information and figure out yourself. Before that, it was npm config list. Now, if you need to change the location of the globally installed packages, what we have to do? We actually have to change the config settings. Config get prefix. Let's run this command now to see what happens. Those are the prefixes with the curly brackets. And this is the prefix right now before the node modules folder. So if we globally install something, it's gonna happen in node modules. We can change the prefix, and the global installation of the packages is gonna change. Get the prefix. Okay, this is how you get the prefix. User local. This is on Linux machine if you want to change something. On Windows you don't have to do that. I show it to you where the folder is with the information, with the packages. Okay, node modules. I just show it to you how to install, for example, boar. Now let's move to the local installation. The local installation is done into a folder of a project. Let's say I want to start a new project now and use boar or Node Package Manager to download, for example, Bootstrap or something else. Make directory. I'll call it my project. Hopefully I don't have such a directory. And after that I'll say my project. Okay, so now my project is absolutely empty. What if I say now Node Package Manager install bower. The bower will be installed into this folder. Let me show you the folder. Computer, users, Stoyan, and my project is somewhere here. Where is that now? Windows System 32, my project. That was the most inappropriate place to create my project, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say remove dir my project. Let me see if that works. Yeah, ls-il. Let me move to my folder user. Oops, sorry, that's for Linux. There. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay, so let me go back. Change directory users. Change directory Stoyan, I believe. Okay, here I'm in my home directory. So there. Make there again. I'll say my project. Change directory my project. Oops, not my documents. On a hurry, my project directory is empty. Now let's take a look. My project is empty, and what I was going to do is say node package manager install the very same command about bower. Now bower will be installed locally here. Of course, you don't have to do this for bower. You don't have to install bower locally, but for example for Bootstrap it makes sense. It downloads also all of the dependencies of the package. Okay, bower has been installed, and it has been installed locally because I didn't put, for example, I didn't put, oh come on, red, I want this in red. I didn't put -g or minus global. So let's check this. Let's make sure that's true. Let me check the folder now. My project. The folder is empty. Wow. It needs to be installed locally here. Npm install bower. It creates a folder node modules and inside puts bower. I am curious why this is not happening right now. Stoyan my project am in the right. That's really very strange. When I say npm list --dep, it shows me C users Stoyan. So in other words, even though I'm in the right folder where I want Node packages to be installed, they get installed into the folder Stoyan, which is one level up in C user Stoyan. That's really weird. Let me check again here if I can see something here. No. Okay, and that's in fact true. Look at this. Now when I go to C users Stoyan, here I can find a folder which is called node modules, and inside I can find Bootstrap, bower and npm, which is really very strange. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove those packages because I don't need them here. Mongo, let me find bower. Okay, bower, Bootstrap. Okay, node package manager. Where is that now? So, node modules. Npm bower Bootstrap has been installed here. That's really strange. Really weird. Okay, so let me try to do this. Npm uninstall bootstrap. I'm in my project, which is users Stoyan. Npm uninstall bootstrap locally. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, and it has been removed from Stoyan node modules, which is really weird. I want everything to be in my project folder. Okay, so let's do the same for Bootstrap. Why is doing all this in one level up? Okay, so Bootstrap just disappeared. That's incredible. What about Npm? I hope it's not gonna be globally uninstalled. No, it is correctly uninstalled now, hopefully. And Node modules folder doesn't exist anymore, I believe. Okay, so if I install them again, or if I create another folder, I'm believing already in aliases, so I will say make dir. I'll rename it. I'll say my project. Change directory my projects. Oh. There. And after that I'm gonna say no package manager. Install. Again, I want this local installation. Maybe I have to restart my machine. And I'll say Bootstrap. What about Bootstrap? Okay. Another thing which I forgot to give you, to tell you, is where you can find more packages and all this kind of stuff. Now we'll talk about that. Okay, so modules, Bootstrap. Let me change directory now in my documents, my projects, node modules. Now everything happened. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted. It's strange that the name my project actually caused Node Package Manager not to work properly. Okay, now everything works as we expected. Okay, before I forget, where can we find actually the packages? There is a dedicated site for Node Package Manager. It's a separate already from Node Package Manager. It's a separate from Node project. It's a totally different project. As I said, it can be used in IO.js now. And here you can find packages. The most used packages, the most popular packages are on the first page. And you can search for a package, for example, say Bootstrap. Bootstrap. Other good places to find packages. I probably should show you that. So, how to install package.json. This is the URL for the packages. And this is actually not for the packages, but for the file which we will create just in a second. Packages can be found here. If you don't like to use this site, there are many other sites which offer browsing the npm packages. This is the original one. I personally find one site very useful where I can browse the packages. Here we go. Again, this is another site for packages. We can search probably here. Again, another URL for finding packages. Browse npm org. Let me check this one. I just want to give you as much information as possible. Browse npm. And there is one very nice place where you can go and find actually where you can browse the packages, not only search, because how do you know the names? You have to come up with names. Again, search, and this site offers browsing, so you can browse the packages. Okay, voila. This is one site which I like very much, is marked with a star. Of course, in GitHub, all the packages actually live in GitHub repository, usually live in a GitHub repository. Smoche, CoffeeScript, so popular. Which are the most popular packages? Request, async, uglify, CoffeeScript, blah 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 blah. So this is the site which I would recommend if you want to browse the packages. Of course, other sites for packages are very good as well. And in GitHub, of course, you can go to the GitHub and look at the packages. We'll come to this second branch in my mind map, where I will be talking about the package.json file. We'll create one just in a second. Okay, package can be found here, blah 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 blah. And click comments here. npm help, npm list, which I showed to you, npm version, npm install -g bower, npm install bower, save that. We'll come to that. Okay, so before we continue, I just forgot to tell you something. I just want to tell you how to change the prefix of the path. With the npm config list and with npm config get prefix, we get the prefix where the global installed packages are living, and this is how you change the prefix. So if I want my globally installed Node Package Manager packages to leave, I just have to say Node Package Manager config set prefix and path to the folder where I want my new packages to live. Of course, if you are on Linux machine, it's reasonable to do this in your home directory where you have access. Otherwise, you always have to type sudo or type sudo su. Okay, let me type this. So on the Debian based distributions, if you go sudo su and after that you type your password, you'll always administrator. On the Red Hat, you have to type su minus Fedora, for example. Su asks you for the password, you type the password and you remain administrator. Okay, so this is how you move the position of your globally installed packages. And we saw on Windows this weird, very annoying bug, or I don't know how to call it, where you cannot install actually the local packages in folder of, sorry, that's not Linux. You cannot install packages in a folder my project, which is very, very strange. In any case, it happens now when I change the name of my project to my_projects. And I shouldn't call it projects plural, it's a singular, but you got the idea. Okay, so now I have the courage to do npm install, and I'll say bower. Let's see if bower gets locally installed. My projects, modules, voila. the folder showed up. Okay. In the local mode. Let's see now how we can we list the packages in a local mode, which is very obvious actually. Okay, so Bora has been installed locally here in my folder, in the folder of my project. My projects should be called my project, node modules, and I have Bootstrap and Boar. It doesn't make too much sense to install Boar locally here, because where is Boar? Executable file, readme, package.json, hooks, md, whatever. Okay, in any case, we can find a way to run it, but let's uninstall it. Let's uninstall now Boar. Uninstall, and we have to do, of course, update, install a certain version of Boar. Look, pay attention on the fact that with this symbol actually it's shown the version. So if you want a particular version of the Node Package Manager package, you can explicitly tell that. Okay, Bootstrap. Boar looks a little bit different. So what if I want the latest version of this package, or a certain version of the package? I could say, for example, uninstall Bootstrap. Uninstall another version. 3.5. It's gone from my folder. What if I want to say install and mention explicitly the version? So I do this, and I'll say 3.3.0. Let's see if we can install this version, which is not the latest one. And after that I will update Bootstrap to show you how to do this. Also, with adding the -g, we can do this for the global install packages as well. So Bootstrap 3.30. Let's see if this version is gonna be installed here on the machine. Okay, engine Bootstrap 3.3. Here we go. We have Bootstrap 3.30 installed instead of the latest version, which is 3.3.5. And what if we want to get the latest version? We just say latest and not install, but update. Let me see now. List minus dep equals 0. Now I'm listing everything what is installed into this folder, my project. Wow, it's still the old one. User my projects Bootstrap 3.3.0. Let me try to update Bootstrap to version 3.3. What was it? 5. Latest should do the work, but for some reason it didn't. Let me see again. What do I have installed here? 3.3. Wow. It's not working as expected, or I'm not doing something right. Let me do again. Latest. Bootstrap latest version. Let me list again the packages. 3.3. Yeah, it insists that it's like that. What if I tell you update Bootstrap? What's gonna happen if I say install Bootstrap and another version? Bootstrap mode modules Bootstrap. Now it has been updated. Yep, now it has been updated. So actually it's enough just to say Node Package Manager update Bootstrap without mentioning the latest or whatever version. And what if I tell you to install a certain version? Bootstrap 3.3.0. Again, I have one Bootstrap already installed here. Let me see what happens. Yeah, it stays on version 3.3.5. It just ignored my request to install Bootstrap 3.3.0. Okay, as we're playing around, this is important. Let me see what else. Installing a special version of a package. Okay, we covered this already. Updating a package. We cover all of this. Npm Search. Let's look for a certain package. Search. Make directory, for example. Building the local index for the first time. Please be patient. Okay, this is what I got after typing npm search make directory. Wow, a lot of packages which are called like that, or at least in their descriptions there is a make dir, automate, blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is how you search for a package actually. If you guess, there is something like that. So I told you already that when you download a package, actually it doesn't get removed, but it stays into the cache. So if you want to clear the cache, you just have to say no package manager cache clean. Before we clean it up, let's find where the cache is. We said that no package manager config list. Let's look at the config, or node package manager ls-l config. Yeah, I want to interrupt this operation. It's at ls-config ls-l. Okay, so let's look at for the cache. Cache, see users to an application data roaming npm cache. This is the folder where the cache is located. Let's find first this folder, and to make sure that the cache has been cleaned by our command npm cache clean. So it's in user in stoyan app data. It's invisible. If it's not visible on your computer, you have to change the settings. Here, tools, folder options, views, and you uncheck hide blah blah. Hide empty drives, hide extended. From here, you have to change the options so you see the invisible files. Roaming, as it says, npm cache. Oops, that's npm cache. First, the old versions of Node Package Manager used to install actually the packages, global packages here. So that's why I have this folder. Now I remember where did I heard roaming folder. When I was looking for the global install packages, I discovered that actually they have been installed in this folder. Now, as we can see, the packages get installed next to Node.JS npm cache in the program files, in the program folders, and here we go, we have all the cache here. So let's clear the cache. Let's say Node Package Manager cache clear, and let's see what happens. Some of the folders obviously gets removed. Again, we can easily see that, at least I can see that some of the folders have been removed. And voila, everything from the cache folder has been removed, including the cache folder itself. npm, there is no npm cache anymore in this folder. Okay, what if I say something like install something, npm list minus depth equals 0. Show me the local installed packages, in other words. And after that, I will remove Bootstrap from here. npm uninstall Bootstrap, and install it again into the same folder, local installation. Okay, let me look at for the folder npm cache. It's still not there, and now I'm gonna say install locally npm install Bootstrap locally. Oops, oh yes, of course, Bootstrap. And let's see if the folder npm cache appears again. Here we go, we have it. npm has been created and Bootstrap has been installed here. Okay, great. So this is how we clear our cache. Managing the dependencies. Okay, let's say I'm working in this folder now, my projects, and this is supposed to be pushed to the repository. How my co-workers actually will know that I have installed Bower or Bootstrap, or not only the co-workers, but if I go to another computer and try to pull the project from the Git repository and try to reproduce the environment, the development stack, how I'm gonna do it? So obviously we have to have a file where all these dependencies of the project are recorded, are written somewhere. Okay, I'm in my projects. So in order to do that, we have to create a file which is called package, if I'm not mistaken, JSON. Okay, package.json file. And inside we have to look at the internet to find the content of this package.json file. If we don't remember that, if we how to write this package, we have to do it through the Node Package Manager, which is a very convenient way. So package file will be created for me. I just have to say Node Package Manager init, exactly as we say git init just to start a repository. Npm init. So this folder, I want you actually uh, to follow the dependencies to record them into the suitable file. It's gonna ask me questions. Npm init. Okay, the name of my project, it guesses the name of my project. It says my projects. Okay, so I will leave it as it is. Version 1 major, 0 minor, and 0 patch. Description: my test tutorial project. Entry point of the application, index.js. Maybe yours is main or something else, who knows. Main.js, so change it if you like. What is the entry point of your application? Index.js. Test command, I'm gonna leave this as it is. Git repository, it asks me, okay, what is the Git repository you're using? I'm not gonna use anything right now. Keywords, I'm gonna put test, Node Package Manager, whatever. Author. License, ISC, okay. Is this okay? It's asking me, is this information okay? About to write the C users to end my project package.json file. Name my project, blah 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 blah. Yes. And voila, this file has been created. Now, this file only should be included in our repository, but the folder node modules should be included into gitignore file. So if I had here repository, I should say git ignore, and inside I should put the folder node modules. So whatever is third party, whatever comes from the vendors, shouldn't be here, shouldn't be pushed to the repository, should stay only on the local machine. But our coworkers very easy can recreate now our environment by just running Node Package Manager install. Now I'm gonna show you something else. Now what if you add another packages? Dependencies has been automatically recognized and added. Version 3.3.5. What if I remove right now this package bootstrap? If I don't tell Node Package Manager to correct the dependency file, which is package.json, this record bootstrap 3.3.5 will stay there and nobody will know that I'm not using bootstrap anymore. So let me try that. Node Package Manager, uninstall bootstrap. We'll see that the file shouldn't be changed right now. Voila! Bootstrap has been removed from my folder, including the folder Node modules. But my coworkers will continue thinking that I'm using Bootstrap. Okay, in order actually to these changes to be record it into this file, I have to do something else. Let me install again Bootstrap. Let me install again Bootstrap. Okay, it warns me that in my package file there is no readme file and repository field. Readme and repository. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, this is because during the npm init I didn't give the repository and the readme file probably, or I didn't create readme file. It didn't ask me to create readme file. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uninstall Bootstrap, but this time I will say save. With this, I'm forcing npm to make changes in the package file, in the package.json. Let me try now. This file should be changed now. Yes, it says yes. Notepad++ tells me the file has been changed. Voila, dependencies now is empty. What if I want to install Bootstrap now and save it in the file? So I'm gonna use again save key, or capital S if I'm not mistaken. Now this is gonna be added here. Again, the file has been changed, version 3.5. What about installing grunt into grunt, or again bower, let's say bower now, and make bower dependency? But since I don't want this in the production server, I'll say I want it in the section development dependencies, because bower I don't need for my production server. So I'll say def, and I'm gonna install it this way locally again. Saved it. Voila, bower has been installed, and I expect to show up here because I said save it to my package.json file into the section development. It says bower should be installed with -g, but yeah, I know that. I just install it for a test. Let me click here, and voila, bower actually, even though it needs to be installed globally, it has been installed here. And what if I want to remove it? Uninstall bower, save def, and bower will be removed now from this section. So this actually concludes all of the things which I wanted to cover. As I said, if this tutorial is not useful for other guys, at least for me will be useful, because this is how I can recall how to use Node Package Manager. So I covered the installation of Node Package Manager. After that I said that packages can be installed globally and locally. I showed to you where the global packages are. After that, local installation of packages into a folder. We discovered something very interesting in my project. Actually, I couldn't install locally packages. After that, how the package should be updated, how the package could be removed, how can I check where the global packages are installed with npm config list, npm config ls-l, the detailed information. After that, we started to install locally packages, and local packages. After that, uninstalling local packages again, updating local packages, searching for packages, how we can manage the cache, npm cache clean, and where the cache is. In my case, when you run the command config list, you can get a lot of information, or config ls-l npm config. You can get the information about where your cache is. With the cache clean, you clear the cache, and finally, and probably the most important thing is how to create package.json file which we push to our repository, and after that allowing the guys just to install everything what I have on my machine, the exact versions and everything, so recreating the environment. Actually we can try that. I can remove, for example, boar without telling the system, no boar but bootstrap, because already bootstrap, for example, uninstall bootstrap, but this time I'm not telling the node package manager to remove this line from the package.json, and after that I will run just npm install. Npm install is gonna read this file, dependency file, and will install everything what is inside. So I'm gonna uninstall bootstrap right now from my project. Okay, so I'm actually pretending that I just downloaded my project from GitHub, for example, or I got it somehow. So all I have to do to get all the dependencies, I should change my directory to the project directory and say node package manager install. Now Node is reading the package.json file. What is that? Config info can be viewed via npm help config, npm program file, not modules npm. Gonna run npm update. And voila! Now, npm install didn't do the job, but npm update actually downloaded bootstrap, which is recorded into this file. It's required by our project. Let me check into the folder. Okay, node module again has been created, and inside I can find bootstrap. So that's all you have to do. Actually, just npm update instead of npm install. Okay, this is slightly different from Composer, for example. Composer just reads the log file which creates, and after that installs all the dependencies. This way npm update is necessary to be run. Sorry about that. And also we can see where the configs are recorded in the C users to an npm.npmrc. Okay, let me go to this folder to check. This is the cache, user Stoyan. It's in what folder was it? .npm user Stoyan npmrc. It claims to be here. I don't see it. NetBeans Derby. No, it's not here. Anyway, specify configs in the ini formatted file C user Stoyan npmrc. So it's not there, but could be put here. Actually, it's somewhere down. Let's look at here. npm.npm. I don't see it. In any case, it's not here, but can be specified. Okay, thank you.